I've been finishing up some painting this week, and today was trim and door day. And a lot of people hate doing interior doors, and with good reason. They don't always turn out the way you want them to turn out. But what if I told you that a few small changes could take your painted doors from looking like this to looking like this? Today, I'm giving you the 5 best secrets for painting a 6-panel interior door like a pro. No fancy sprayers, no expensive tools. You don't even need to remove the door. It's simple, easy, and best of all, it's fast. I'll walk you through 5 simple, game-changing tips that will take your doors from average to absolutely amazing. Let's get started. Secret number 1, or tip number 1, is to properly prep everything. You wouldn't wax a dirty car, and the same goes for painting. So start by thoroughly cleaning the door with either a degreaser, or I prefer a mild soap in warm water, but just don't get it too wet. If you've got fingerprints, oil, or even leftovers on there, get rid of them. And then inspect for any dents, scratches, or cracked joints, and fill those with wood filler or spackling compound. Let it dry, sand it smooth, wipe off all the dust, and use a tack rag if you have to, or a microfiber towel. And especially, make sure everything is smooth. Don't forget to check the corners and the edges so they're not rough like you see here. Take a light sandpaper or a sanding block and go ahead and sand those to make them nice and smooth so they're not rough when you run your hand over them. So secret number 2 is just leave the door hanging, but lock it down. Just leave the door on the hinges. But first of all, remove the handle. You don't want to paint around hardware. Trying to tape it is always a mess and it looks bad. And if you ever have to replace the handle, you're going to have a spot there that's not painted, and that never looks good. That always looks amateur. Then place some cardboard or plastic, or I like to use this craft paper, and just roll some out, slide it underneath there. And here's a good trick I like to do. Take a door wedge or even a shim and stick underneath the door to keep the door from swinging while you paint. No movement equals no mess, and you're going to be much happier. Secret number 3, tape the hinges just like a lot of pros do. There's no need to take hinges off. There's no need to paint over them. And this is one of my favorite tricks. In fact, my brother showed me how to do this one. Instead of painting around your hinges and hoping you don't get any paint on them, just take a piece of tape, painter's tape, cover each hinge completely, whether you like the blue or the green tape, it doesn't matter. Then take a sharp utility knife or an X-Acto blade and carefully trim right around the edge of the hinge plate. Then peel away the excess tape and boom, perfect coverage. When you're done painting, just peel the tape off and you've got clean, professional looking hinges with no paint buildup. Now secret number 4, use the right paint, and along with the paint, I like to put an additive, especially if it's hot weather and dry and your paint seems to be drying faster than normal. This is a product called Floetrol, and it works great. Most interior doors are painted in either a semi-gloss or a glossy finish, and for a good reason. It's durable, it's easy to clean, and they look crisp and professional. But cheap paint, it'll streak and it'll show brush marks. It's just not worth it. Make sure you get some good either semi-gloss or high gloss door and trim paint. The instructions on the Floetrol say to add up to 8 ounces per gallon. Well, I don't add that much in there. As you see in here, I have about a half a gallon of paint. I add 2 ounces, which the climate that I'm working in right now works just great. If you add too much, it's going to get too thin and you're going to have problems with it running. So I like to add just a little bit enough. What it does, it helps your paint to level out nice and smooth. You don't get all the brush marks like you normally do. Plus, it gives you a little more working time. And remember, when you're painting interior doors, white's not the only option. A lot of times people are now, they're putting bold colors like navy or green or different colors like that, and it really makes the door jump out and it looks nice. So that's always a consideration too, especially in the kids' room. So here's secret number 5. I prefer using a sponge roller and an angled brush combination. It works so much faster, it gets your paint on there, and then you're going to be so much happier. I buy these high density white rollers. You can pick them up usually at any big box store. So first, I like to roll. And I especially roll inside where the panels are on the 6-panel doors. I go inside all these corners, make sure I get enough paint inside there, start painting the rest of it. Then I take my brush and I just dab the corners, dab, 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 dab like that, and then brush it away, brush it away. The secret to a good, nice job is you want to see nice, crisp, clean corners. You want to make sure all the grain is there. So put on thin coats. 2 or 3 thin coats is usually all you need. You don't want to do it all in one coat. And I recommend using high quality brushes. You don't have to get $50 brushes, but the little cheap $1 or $2 brushes, the hair on the brush, they fall off, they get stuck in your paint. So spend just a little bit extra, get a good quality brush. I like the angled brushes because I can get in the corners real sharp and just use them like that. After you've put your paint on there, get real close, look at an angle and let that light reflect off the door. And then take your brush real lightly and just do long strokes and brush on the door. And any place you see any dripping or any thickness, brush it out, and it's going to make it so much better. But don't push too hard, and don't forget the door edges. That's one of the most missed spots in DIY paint jobs. And there you go. That's the 5 tips or the 5 secrets that'll make your doors go from this to this. And remember, you don't need years of experience. If you remember these tips, put on light coats at first, your doors are going to turn out looking professional every time. And now for your bonus tip number 1. If you're not finished using your roller, instead of letting it dry out, take one of those grocery sacks, the plastic ones you get at the grocery store, put your roller inside there, wrap it up, and it'll stay good for a day or 2. You can even put it in the refrigerator wrapped up, and it'll stay good for 3 or 4 days, so you don't ruin it, and you can reuse it again to finish your doors to put a 2nd or 3rd coat on. And now for tip number 2. If you're having trouble removing the used roller from the paint handle, take it to a garbage can that has a plastic garbage sack in it and wrap it real hard on the edge of the metal part of your roller handle. Do this a couple times if you have to, and the used roller will come right off without getting paint all over you and all over your hands. So if this video has helped you, leave a comment below and let me know what color you're painting your doors, or trouble or any types of tips that you've had in painting doors. And be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next video. And if you're looking for more DIY tips or home improvement how-tos and product reviews, check out my playlist up here. It might be just the video you need for the project that you're working on. And down below, I'll put links to all the products I've used in this video and some other products that I recommend. In case you can't find them at your big box store, you can order them right online through Amazon and they'll be at your house soon. And thanks for using those to support this channel. Thanks for watching. You take care and God bless.